Live a life that is worthy of emulation. Live a life that can attract somebody. Do you desire to be fruitful? The qualification for fruitfulness is that you must abide in him. It's hereby settled. When men shall say there is a casting down, you will announce that there is a lifting up. Hey! Turn to another fellow with the level of divine provocation and say, I have faith, not fear. To read my Bible, and I discovered that the greatest problem of the church is not the problem of power. There is power in the church, because the name of the Lord itself can do anything. The Bible said at the mention of his name, at the mention of his name, every knee must bow. The Bible says every tongue must confess that Jesus Christ is the Lord. We don't have power problem in the kingdom. There is enough power in the kingdom. We don't have power problem in the kingdom. The name of the Lord is a strong tower. As though that is not enough, the Bible said that the name of the Lord is a strong tower. The righteous run into it and they are saved. So we don't have security problem. Oh my God. I want to take it cool. Listen, we got no security problem. I need to talk to my generation. I don't know from where you hear the sound of my voice, but stay put. I got a word from God for you. You will hear God today. Now we have no problem with security. We don't have security problem. No, that's not our problem. That's not our problem. It is not a problem at all. Power is not our case. Security is not our problem. Then what is the problem of the church? Now hear me. We don't have problem with sickness. Sickness is not the problem of the church. Why will I say that? He told me and he told you that healing is the children's bread. And God is not a man that he will lie. Whatever he says is the truth. He said healing is the children's bread. And every child has a right to food. I'm sure there is no parent here that would tell me that your child has it as a duty to beg you and plead with you for food. The only thing your child needs to tell you is, Mama, I'm hungry. Papa, I'm hungry. It is your business to figure out what you do about it. And one of the things God told us about himself when he was introducing himself to us is that he told us that he is Jehovah Jireh. That is God, our provider. Now, our problem is not about need. He is our provider. Our problem is not about food. He said it's our right. Now, what then is the problem? I've discovered that the only thing the devil succeeds in doing is to plant fear in the life of people, because when he makes you afraid, he removes God in your case. I will tell you how he does that. Anytime he make you afraid, he removes God in your matter. How does he do that? Now, when he make you afraid, when he bring fear into your life or your heart, he is suggesting to you that the God you serve cannot deliver you. Now, he's suggesting to you that that fear is greater than the God that you serve. And anytime you yield to fear, it becomes an insult direct to God. And what does God do? He backs off. And when God backs off, anything can happen. So the problem is nothing else but fear. And let us even look at fear. I went to the New Testament and I discovered that there was a young man, gifted young man by name Timothy, anointed with power in the New Testament. This young man was anointed. He was anointed. This young man was gifted. But fear comes from different ends. Part of the things that Paul discovered in the life of his spiritual son Timothy was that his upbringing placed him in the position of fear. There are many people who hear me today. I don't know from where you hear me, from all over the world. As a result of upbringing, some of us live in fear. It has become part of our lives to be afraid as a result of our upbringing, which was what Paul discovered in Timothy. And Paul had to warn Timothy seriously, and he had to admonish Timothy. And you can't blame Timothy. Timothy was raised up by his grandmother and his mother. Timothy had no man figure around him. There was no man that Timothy saw. He was raised up. I am not saying that women do not raise children. Women do raise children, but you will agree with me that no matter how great a woman is, if you raise a child alone, especially the male folks, there is something that child will be lacking, because there's a need for a father figure. Somebody need to tell you, will you shut up and sit down? Somebody need to be a father figure. By the upbringing of Timothy, Timothy had that fear. Talking about the New Testament, which has to do with Greek. The Greeks, they have words for fear, and one of them, the Greek call it flight. Flight is taken from the Greek word phobos, and the word in Greek that is phobos is from where the word phobia, the English word phobia, was coined out from, which is to lead somebody into fearfulness. Into fearfulness. There are upbringings that brings you into fearfulness. There is a kind of upbringing you will have. You are easily afraid. Anything can make you fear. But when you enter the kingdom, that is where a lot of preachers get it wrong. When you come from such a family and immediately you give your life to Jesus, the Bible says, behold, all things are passed away, which has to do with some of these characters that we have planted and imputed in you. In the course of your upbringing, they are all passed away. Behold, all things are made new. But the reason of the new family that you found yourself, which is called the family of God through Christ Jesus, but the reason of this family, you are now a born again believer. You are now a new creator, and now the newness in you has to do with some of the things that were planted in you as a result of where you come from, that you didn't have anybody to talk for you, you didn't have anybody to speak for you. But now that you have him, fear has to leave you. Now I moved away from the word flight, which was taken from the word phobos in Greek, and which is translated into English language by the word called phobia, which is to be afraid. There are many believers, they are born again, they are spirit filled, but yet they have phobia. Come, true of us. And that is a strong weapon in the hand of the devil to push you down. To push you down. As though that was not enough, there is another Greek word called delia. The word in Greek that is called delia has to do with another level of fear. This word delia in Greek is the kind of fear that talks about timidity. Number two, it does not only talk about timidity, it talks about loss of self-confidence, where you don't have confidence in yourself. Where you always feel down and low. That is where you see people living in low self-esteem. They esteem themselves so high, they can't talk in the public. They are intimidated. If you give them microphone here, they will freeze. How many of you get what I'm saying? That thing has been planted on the inside of them. They have been so used to, they know what to say, but they cannot communicate it. Come on now. Another word that defines it is cowardice. They live a life of cowards. It is Delia. Now, this kind of thing is not an ordinary fear, but it is fear that is long-lasting. It has formed a character. It has formed a part and the life of an individual. When it stays in you for a very long time, to truly be a sound believer becomes an issue, because at each point you will insult God, because nobody that comes to him will have fear, because fear and faith cannot walk. And some people are asking, what is happening to me? Why is my life like this? Why won't God answer my prayer? If you are living in Delia, God will find it difficult to answer you, because fear is an enemy of faith. With faith, everything is possible. With fear, nothing happens. What you meet is negativity, because you live a life of coward. You're always afraid. You're always defeated. You always feel down. There are some of you listening to the sound of my voice now from wherever you hear me. Your heart is telling you that you are a victim of this one. By the time we begin to pray, the mighty hand of God will deliver you. He will set you free. He will set you free. It makes you feel low. It makes you feel down. It makes you feel not accepted. It makes you feel you are not good enough. Even when you talk with so much timidity. You don't think anything good is coming out of you. You don't think you are good enough. It plunges a person into admiring others more than you admire yourself. You value others more than you value yourself. You are intimidated. When anybody does his own, you feel, I can do it like this. I can do good. Am I talking to you here? What I'm saying, does it really reflect our everyday life experience? Now, that kind of life makes a person feel that I am not good. I can never be good. It brings you to a place where you can't even present yourself with boldness anywhere, because you are intimidated. You are a coward. You are not bold. You are not firm. It's a weapon. It kills your faith. It kills your personality. It brings you down from the position where God has placed you. It does not allow anybody to express destiny. It does not allow anybody to express God-given giftings and the divine endowments. You are endowed with greatness. You have some deposits on the inside of you, but you cannot express them. Why can't you express them? You can't express them because you are intimidated. You're living in fears. Right here now, as everywhere is cool and quiet, out of that timidity, you will find it difficult to stand up and come out, even when you want to come. If you must come, you will come in the company of others so they can cover you. How many of you understand what I'm talking about? So that they can cover you. So that somebody will, help to cover you. You don't want to be seen alone. You can have personal opinion. When you attend meetings, you know what to say, but you can't say them. You have your opinion, but you can't bring them out, because there is fear that has dominated you. It's long in you. It has overstayed in you. It's an enemy of destiny. I came to remove it from your life. I came to get it out of you. I came to get it out of your life. When you go to school, as they ask questions, you know the answer, but you can't raise your hand. When they ask you to answer, you know the answer, but you can't say it out. It is on the inside of you, but you lack expression as a result of Delia. It's a weapon that the devil is using to strangle the faith of many. But I came sent by God. I came in the volume of the book that is reading of me. But I will get deeper before I get hotter. I will talk, but before I get there, I got a word for you from the Lord. I got a word for you from the Lord. I hear God say to me, after this time, your solution is coming quickly. There's nothing you're asking that God cannot give. The issue here is that there's a problem in your life. What is the problem? You are intimidated. You are always intimidated. You don't feel you can stand anywhere. You don't feel you can talk anywhere. Most times this kind of fear even make you that you can't express yourself. It's fear. Now hear this. Hear what it does. Hear what it does. Most times when you have issue with somebody, you are right, but you don't even know how to present your case. Sometimes you end up crying. Come on now. You end up crying. But you are right. You know what to say, but you can't even express yourself. Come on now. People like this, they swallow a whole lot of rubbish. Anybody will do anything to you, you just swallow it. You have a case, but you don't know how to present your case. Rather than present your case, you start crying. And this fear hides you behind destiny. Oh, God help us. God help us. I wish somebody is getting what I'm talking about today. It hides you behind destiny. God wants to showcase you, but this fear say hide yourself. You can't come out. Nobody wants to see you. Nobody's interested in who you are. You are always hiding yourself behind another. Most of the people who are shining around your space are not better than you are. But the fear, Delia, is hiding you. I came in the name of the Lord today. There are many of you in this place. You can sing, you can minister. You are better than many who are doing it today. But Delia is hiding you behind. You can't come out. You don't want to be seen. Something is telling you that I can't stand before people. Is somebody hearing me today? I can't stand before people. I can talk openly. I can't be received. I will not be accepted. And most times the devil suggests to you that they will laugh at you. You are hiding yourself. People who are shining are not better than you. You are gifted to shine, but you can't shine. You are dying with divine endowment, but you can't express it. You are going down with divine giftings, but you can't express it. You are loaded with information, but you cannot disseminate them. You are loaded with some greatness, but you can't show them forth. You know what to do. You seated in this place. You are a great weapon in the hand of God, but this thing is hiding you behind the cash. You can't show up, you can't express it, but you are loaded on your inside. You know what to say, you know what to do. This generation is waiting and looking for your manifestation, but this fear says you cannot manifest. It's a satanic weapon to stop your journey in life. But God sent me to tell you that what I gave you is faith and not fear. I didn't give you fear. You will remove Delia from your life today. After this meeting, it shall get out of you. Somebody raise voice and shout amen just one more time. Another kind of fear that I want to talk about before I go into the word, then I'll be through with you. It's another kind of fear that is called eulabia. And now what the Greeks call eulabia simply means reverential fear. That fear is the fear that is reserved for God. The fear of God. Now hear this. In the Old Testament, you cannot worship God without fear and trembling. In the Old Testament, the law says you don't enter the temple, you don't come into God's presence, you don't, so much laws and fear all over the place. To worship God, you have to be so much afraid. But in the New Testament, love replaced fear. I want to talk to somebody. Come on now. But in the New Testament, love did what? Replaced fear. Now, I can boldly come into the Holy of Holies and still shout Hosanna in the highest. If I were to be in the Old Testament, I will not be standing on the altar of God, folding up my sleeves. I will not be standing here, looking the way I'm looking right now. And that is why those who do not know their Bible, they will criticize me. You are supposed to wear the robe. Wearing of robe is not a problem. I can wear it. I do wear it, but I wear it when it is necessary. Now hear me, brother. In the Bible land, their weather is cold. So whether you are a minister or not, everybody wears something that will cover their body. But we come from this kind of planet where heat is all over. I'm already sweating, yet I'm not wearing the robe. It's gonna be wickedness if you ask me to wear it and then stand on the altar while you feel good there and I feel hot here. Oh, come on now. I will worship him according to where I belong. I preached a message in the Friends Church when we were talking about dressing and how people dress. I said I went to Scotland to preach. My papa took me to Scotland and I went to Scotland to preach, and I discovered that in Scotland that men wear skirts and women wear trousers. Now hear this, and that is their culture, that is the way they dress. And now when I saw men wearing skirts, I discovered what the Bible meant. When the Bible did not say you don't wear this, you don't wear this, what the Bible said is men don't wear women's clothes and women don't wear men's clothes. So it is according to your So now, I was preaching in Lagos and I asked the question. I said, if you come from Scotland and you come to Nigeria and you wear skirts to church, everybody will misunderstand you. Come on now. Everybody will misunderstand you. You seem mad. If I wear skirts to this church today and you walked into the church and you see me wearing skirts, some of you will start crying. Child, daddy. Come on now. Come on now. This kind of fear is reverential fear. This fear is reserved for God. Now, listen. In the New Testament, love have taken the place of fear for God. But don't make mistake. I'm in a love relationship with God. But yet, when I deal with him, I should know I'm dealing with God. Come on now. I will not take him for granted. I will yet give him reverence. And the word reverence is taken from that original Greek word, which means respect mixed with fear. That is the meaning. When you worship him, as you come into the house of God, God is not going to raise a cane like the Old Testament and flog you to death. As you come into the house of God, if you lie now, you will not die like the man who told lies about selling his house and himself and his wife died. You won't die like them, but be careful. This death is more dangerous. When you come into the house of God now, a lot of people are being deceived. That is why the Bible asks the question, shall we continue in sin that grace may abide? He said, God forbid. You may not know that it is more dangerous now than then, because at that time when 1-2 persons die, the rest will become afraid and they will say what is right. But today people walk into church and they take church for granted. You take church as a place where you go to steal. You take church as a place where you go to behave as you like. You take church as a place where you go to keep grudges and malice. You take church as a place where you go to tell lies and you say all manner of things, and you say the things that are not there as though they are there. But that's a God in heaven who is watching you. And hear me now. The painful aspect of it is that the church failed to know today that whatsoever a man sow, he shall reap it. Everything you do, you will receive it as a reward, because he is coming with his reward in his hands to give to every man according to what they have done. So whatever you do in church today, be careful. So I have this eulabia on the inside of me, which is reverential fear. I love God, I worship God, but I fear God. That is why Brother Paul said, knowing the wrath of God will persuade man. I know him as my father. I have a love relationship with him. God is my lover. God is my friend. But yet I won't take him for granted. God is my lover. God is my friend. But I will not joke with God. Now I come to the church and I present my words expressly. You are not to live in fear. You are to live by faith. Anytime you live by faith, the devil is defeated. Hey, 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 hey. For this is the weapon that overcometh the world, even our faith. And what is the faith? My faith tells me that with God all things are possible. Oh, fear tells me I am not good enough, but faith says it's a lie. Faith says I can make it. Faith says I can stand. Even when I make mistake, he will correct me. He won't kill me in my mistake. I can stand here, brother. I can talk to my generation, brother. I can play my part, brother. I cannot be you, I can only be me. Whatever you do cannot intimidate me. It is fear that tells you that one man has made it in the family, so no other person can make it. It is a lie. You will play your part and I will play my part. You will be your champion and I will be my champion. You will reign your reign and I will reign my reign. You will shine your shine and I will shine my shine. Your own will not cover my own, and my own will not cover your own, because I walked into church not by fear. I walked into church by faith. If there's a believer in the house, holla faith. If you holla faith one more time, I will talk again. If you holla faith one more time, I will talk again. Now listen. Okay, I move from there. I move from there. I talk one more and I close. When you come to Hebrew, I'm going to be unfair. If I'm preaching from the Bible and I tell you of Greek and fear and not talk Hebrew, I can do Hebrew, though I'm not a storyteller, but I can do Hebrew too. Now, in Hebrew, there's a major word that is used for fear. It is called bayade. The word bayade in Hebrew is this kind of fear that has to do with the presence of the substance that makes you afraid. The presence of the substance that intimidates you. A very simple definition. Like the 3 Hebrew children who were standing right face to face with Nebuchadnezzar. That was fear before them there. That was fear confronting them on one-on-one basis. That was fear staring them in the face. That was practical fear that they were seeing at a time. You know, for some of us, I've told you a lot about the man called Nebuchadnezzar, but there's a part of him I am yet to tell you. Let me say this to you. Nebuchadnezzar Nebuchadnezzar is this kind of man that if you know who he is, you will know that that man is fear personified. Number one, Nebuchadnezzar was 18 years of age when he defeated and conquered a nation that had never had it in their record of being defeated before. Talking about the people of Nineveh. Nebuchadnezzar was the first king to defeat Nineveh, and he was 18 years old when he defeated Nineveh. He was 18 years of age when he defeated Nineveh. And how did he defeat Nineveh? He made his soldiers go through the sea. They went through the water and entered the city of Nineveh, defeated Nineveh so badly, conquered Nineveh so badly that he plowed Nineveh and made it a garden, a farm. He made a farm out of Nineveh. After defeating the land and conquering the land, he made that place a place where he was farming. That is the man called Nebuchadnezzar. Can I tell you some more? Oh, come on now. Can I tell you some more? The river from where he entered Nineveh was the same river from where the fish delivered Jonah. That was how he entered Nineveh, and he conquered Nineveh, brought Nineveh so down, became the first king to conquer the nation that has not been conquered. The people of Nineveh were known, they were fierce, they were dangerous. It was because of what they did to the Israelites that made Jonah to say, I will not go to ask the people of Nineveh to repent. These people do not deserve mercy. They are wicked, they are mean. But the man called Nebuchadnezzar went into Nineveh and made a farm out of Nineveh. Bible history said he began to use a whole nation of Nineveh as his farmland. That guy was dangerous, and he was only 18 years old. That might interest you. Oh yeah, I take it more. When he was 25 years old, he became a world ruler at age 25. That is the man called Nebuchadnezzar. He became a world ruler at age 25. At age 25, Nebuchadnezzar was controlling the world. The Bible said that Nebuchadnezzar had 50,000 men. They were seen and called the most fierce men on earth. Very dangerous. The 50,000 men, soldiers of Nebuchadnezzar, according to history, I'm not talking about verbal history, I'm talking about written history. In written history today, they are the most deadliest men ever in written history. The 50,000 soldiers of Nebuchadnezzar, there is no nation that stands against them. They cannot be divided, and the Bible history told me that these 50,000 dangerous soldiers of Nebuchadnezzar were being controlled only by the fullness of the personality of Nebuchadnezzar. He was commanding them by his personality. Nebuchadnezzar was such a dangerous man that he is the man who made a statue of himself and asked everybody to worship. He was alive and he was taking worship. That was how dangerous the man Nebuchadnezzar was. How can I talk to the church? Can I tell you a little bit of Bible history? Oh yeah, let me tell you the one that has to do with the church so that you know who Nebuchadnezzar was. The Bible said Nebuchadnezzar stepped into Jerusalem. Oh, this is the one I don't want to talk. He laid his hands upon Zedekiah. He took away Zedekiah and he took the sons of Zedekiah. And when Nebuchadnezzar carried away Zedekiah and carried the sons of Zedekiah away, what he did was to chop off the heads of the sons of Zedekiah right before their father. That guy is a deadly man. That is fear personified. I don't know what is standing before you in the name of fear. I hear God say, the name of the Lord is a strong tower, and the righteous run into it, and they are saved. Nebuchadnezzar took the sons of Zedekiah, which Zedekiah himself presented them right before Zedekiah and chopped off their heads. He chopped off their heads After he had removed their heads, he gushed out the eyes of Zedekiah. He removed his eyes. That is to say, the last thing that Zedekiah saw was his sons being beheaded. The last thing that Zedekiah saw in his life was looking like this, and the heads of his sons were being cut off. After that, he never saw again. Nebuchadnezzar removed his eyes. That guy was deadly. And Nebuchadnezzar didn't stop there. He removed his tongue, nailed it upon his thighs, and tied him behind the horse and crushed him to death. Nebuchadnezzar is a deadly man. That is the same king that 3 Hebrew children stood before him and said, "Oh king, we are not careful." Oh, he's coming on me. He's coming on me. Help me, brother. Oh, sister, help me. I know who you are, Nebuchadnezzar. I know what you can do. I know you are deadly. I know you are a wicked king. But I am not careful to answer you in this matter. Nebuchadnezzar, we know you. We have heard your story. We have seen your actions. But I am not afraid of he that can kill the flesh and do nothing to the spirit. Nebuchadnezzar, you cannot intimidate me. I know you. I know your capacity. I know your capabilities. But hear me, we are not careful to answer you in this matter. When you know who Nebuchadnezzar is, you will appreciate the 3 Hebrew children when they looked him in the face and said, "Nebuchadnezzar, we are not careful to answer you in this matter." And hear what they presented. They say, "We know. Knowledge tells us that our God is able. Knowledge tells us that our God is able. But experience is not telling us what knowledge is telling us." Hold on. Can I talk to you, church? Knowledge is telling us that our God is able. But experience is telling me something different from what knowledge is telling me. By experience, we saw when you took Zedekiah. By experience, we saw when you took the sons of Zedekiah. Our God was able at that time, but he allowed you. So experience have taught us that not everything our God can do that he does. But Nebuchadnezzar, even at that, I will not allow fear to stop me. Hey, my generation, hear my voice. Hey, I'm sent by God. Oh, this generation, hear me declare. They said to Nebuchadnezzar, knowledge had told us that our God is able, but experience is speaking a different language. Nebuchadnezzar, we know that you and your soldiers entered the church the other day, and you took over the church and you took away all the utensils from the church and you desecrated the sacred thing. Nebuchadnezzar, we know that you carried some people from here and you made a eunuch out of them. We know you incastrated them. Nebuchadnezzar, we know how dangerous you are. But Nebuchadnezzar, in all of your actions, there is something knowledge told us. Knowledge told us that you are not doing what you are doing because you are most able. You are doing what you are doing because our God just kept you quiet. But there's something we know. We know that our God is able to deliver us. We know we have fallen into your hands already and we are not troubled. We know we have fallen into your trap already and we are not troubled. We know that by knowledge we know that our God is able to deliver us. but our experience over the years may look different. The Bible said it beforehand that many are the afflictions of the righteous. Oh, when you see me in trouble, don't conclude me. It shouldn't make me live in fears right now. The Bible said that the steps of a good man are ordered by God, though he fall. So the Lord can order my step and I yet fall. When you see me sick, don't conclude that I'm about to die. I may be sick, but the Lord is healing the sick through me. I may be down, but the Lord is delivering the bound through me. I may be going down, but he's raising the dead through me. I have a question for the church. Have you ever considered what manner of God is this God that we serve? The God who would allow his servant like prophet Elisha to die. After many years his bones were rotten, everything gone and out. But where the bones of Elisha, the dead prophet of many years, was lying, they took the dead body of another person who died and placed it there, and the body of the man touched the broken bone of Elisha, and the man came back to life. But Elisha didn't come back to life when he died. That is the God that we serve. He does whatever pleases him. So the three Hebrew children said to Nebuchadnezzar, we know by knowledge that our God is able, but we are not serving him because of this. We are not serving him depending upon his deliverance. We know he's able. But even if he decides not to deliver us, Nebuchadnezzar, do your worst. We will not bow to serve the golden image which you have made. Nebuchadnezzar, we will be the last people to worship you. We cannot worship you, Nebuchadnezzar. Do whatever you want to do to us. You are free to do it, but we cannot worship you. Because any day we bow down to worship you, that is the day we die. So dying in your hand doesn't make sense. Because if we worship you, we will die all around. So it is better you kill us. If our God permits you, you can go ahead and kill us. But be in the know, Nebuchadnezzar, we will not answer you carefully in this matter. Everybody fear you, but we will not fear you. I'm looking for somebody in this house today who will look straight into the eyes of the Nebuchadnezzar in your family. Look into the eyes of the Nebuchadnezzar in your finances. Look into the eyes of the Nebuchadnezzar around you and tell that Nebuchadnezzar, I am not careful to answer you today. That is the person I came for in this house. If you can talk to Nebuchadnezzar, I will tear his kingdom apart today. If you can talk to Nebuchadnezzar, I will draw down God's glory in this place. If you can talk to Nebuchadnezzar, I will call upon the Lord God of our salvation. If you can talk to Nebuchadnezzar, if you can fearlessly tell Nebuchadnezzar, oh Nebuchadnezzar, you got no right over me. Oh Nebuchadnezzar, you got no right over my family. You got no right over my children. You got no right over my tomorrow. Oh Nebuchadnezzar, enough is enough. If there's a believer in this house who can stand and talk to Nebuchadnezzar, hey, there's a believer in this hall who can tell Nebuchadnezzar, you will no longer claim my children. You will no longer claim my business. You will no longer intimidate me in life. If there is somebody in this house who can stand and say, I have faith, I am not afraid. If there is somebody in this house who can look at Nebuchadnezzar in the face and say, I am not intimidated, and say, oh Nebuchadnezzar, you cannot stop my journey. You cannot end my joy. You cannot stop my success. If there is somebody in this hall who can stand and tell Nebuchadnezzar, oh you Nebuchadnezzar, enough is enough. I was afraid of what you were doing before, but not now anymore. I have heard the word of God. I am empowered by his word. Oh, Nebuchadnezzar, your journey over my life is over. Your strength over my destiny is over. Oh, I feel it pushing me. Oh, somebody prayed for me. I feel the hand of God in this place. Is there any Nebuchadnezzar around you that has been intimidating you? Nebuchadnezzar that won't let you rest. It could be sickness. It could be financial issues. It could be anything. But no matter what it is, help me tell Nebuchadnezzar, not anymore. Oh, if you are not talking, I feel one kind. Tell Nebuchadnezzar, say, not anymore. I'm true. But let me read the book of Prophet Isaiah chapter 43 in just verse number 1. But now, over the years, fear tortured a lot of us. But now, thus saith the Lord, who created you, O Jacob, and he who formed you, O Israel. Now listen, when you hear O Jacob and hear O Israel, something must come into your mind. Jacob was his name before he was blessed. Israel became his name when the blessing came. Come on now. So he said, either way, God has a word for you. Fear not. Why should I not be afraid? He said, for I have redeemed you. Now listen, I have. He didn't say I shall. He didn't say I will. He didn't say I am going to. He said, I have. It is you that didn't know that what the enemy is demanding from you has been paid for. I'm talking to a believer. He's telling you that your life is on the line. It's a lie. It has been paid for. The only thing is that you do not know that it has been paid for. So what is God saying? He first introduced himself. He said, thus saith the Lord, not a man. Prophet Isaiah said, thus saith the Lord. Before the thus saith the Lord, he is telling you, but now. He's talking about now. I don't want to know what they did to you yesterday. Or from where are you hearing the sound of my voice now? Oh, Talknado, I'm coming with the word of God. Just give me a minute. I got a word for my generation. He said, but now, oh Jacob, oh Israel, thus saith the Lord that created you. I didn't create myself. My mother didn't create me. Well, you can't judge me by the actions of my mother. Neither will you conclude me by the level of my father. You cannot conclude my matter by who my father is. Neither will you conclude my matter by what you did to my mother. They are my parents, but they are not my creator. He said, thus saith the Lord who created you. And hear what he says to me. He said, I have. And the next word I saw is redeemed. He didn't say redeem. Redeemed. That is to say, he is not redeeming me now. He redeemed me long ago. It has been paid for. What the devil has been doing to me is intimidating me. That is fear. He brings fear to make you feel you are still owing, but the debt has been paid. He said, I am not about to, I'm not going to. He said, I have redeemed you. I have paid for you and made you free. Fear not, for I have redeemed you. Fear not. Fear not, fear not, fear not, fear not, fear not. He said, fear not, fear not, fear not. I have redeemed you. What he's trying to say to me, that I should tell the church, that I should tell my generation, that I should tell myself, that fear has no place in me anymore. Anybody may intimidate any other person, but you can't afford to intimidate me, for I am the redeemed of the Lord. I've been saved by his precious blood. I am saved already. I am not about to be saved, I'm saved already. But there's power coming on in this place, but there's an anointing coming on in this place. I'm feeling better right about now. I'm feeling the oil right about here. I don't know from where you hear the sound of my voice. He sent me to tell you that walk by faith and not by fear. You have been redeemed. He paid the price. He took care of it already. It's not about who he has done. It's not about who he's done already. I will not allow anybody to stop me. I don't know who is knocking on my door, but I'm good. I don't know who is threatening my life, but I'm good. I don't know who said I will not end this year, but I'm good. I don't care what sickness is doing to my body, but I'm good. I don't care what anybody is saying about me, but I'm good. I don't care the rumor you're carrying out, but I'm good. I'm just good. I'm just good. Oh, come on now. I'm just good. I'm just good. Why? He took care of it already. Oh, come on now. He took care of it already. You can't intimidate me. He's been taken care of. Oh, you can't stop me. He's been taken care of. Oh, you can't end my joy. He's been taken care of. Oh, you can't stop my lifting. He's been taken care of. Oh, you can't stop what God is doing for me. He's been taken care of. He said, I have redeemed you. It's not about redeeming me. He have redeemed me. He paid for it. What do I need to do? All I need to do is to walk away. What I need to do is to walk away. Today I am prepared to walk away from pain. Come on, tell your neighbor, say walk away. You have been redeemed. Walk away from pain. Walk away. Walk away. Oh, come on now. Walk away. Walk away. You've been redeemed. Don't let anybody describe you in a different light. You've been redeemed. Fear not. Where you were before is not where you are anymore. Fear not. When you were at the other side, you may be afraid. But look around you. This is the Talknado dwelling place. This is not where you used to be before. This is the Talknado house. Look around you, my friend. They can't come in here. When Nebuchadnezzar conquered Nineveh, nobody spoke to him. Nebuchadnezzar did everything he did. Nobody spoke to him. Nebuchadnezzar built a statue and said people should come and worship him. Nobody spoke a word to Nebuchadnezzar. Oh, Nebuchadnezzar will be in. Oh, keeping quiet. Oh, Nebuchadnezzar will be in. Allowing you have your way over the years. Oh, Nebuchadnezzar will have allowed you. You've been playing the rough part and the rough way. Oh, Nebuchadnezzar, you've been doing it how it pleases you before. But I say, man in this house, I need to talk to you, Nebuchadnezzar. I need to tell you not anymore, Nebuchadnezzar. I need to tell you not here again, Nebuchadnezzar. Nebuchadnezzar, we know you as a world ruler, but we don't know you as a God. Nebuchadnezzar, how dare you demand for worship when it is only my Father that is qualified to accept and receive worship? Oh, Nebuchadnezzar, how dare you? You want to step into the place of God. You think God doesn't have a representative here. Oh, Nebuchadnezzar, there is a man in this hall. I am a representative of the dunamis of heaven. Oh, Nebuchadnezzar, I stand in the place of God. The three Hebrew children said, our faith is what matters. Our age does not matter. Who we are does not matter. What you are doing does not matter. Oh, Nebuchadnezzar, you need to hear from me now. Oh, Nebuchadnezzar, you need to get a word from me now. You have been intimidating us. You said everybody should worship you. We didn't talk. We never made an open statement. But we know it's not right to worship you. Nebuchadnezzar, now that they have told you that we are not worshiping you, you have come to do your worst. And listen to me. Nebuchadnezzar didn't do like Nebuchadnezzar when the information got to him about the three Hebrew children. He did like he was not Nebuchadnezzar. Why? God wanted to know if he has somebody in the three Hebrew children. Thank God for Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego. Nebuchadnezzar said to them, I will give you a second chance. Knowing who I am, you know what I can do. But I will behave today like I am not Nebuchadnezzar. I am in my good mood. I am in my perfect mood. I will give you a second chance. But God was up to something. God wanted to know if they would take the second chance. God wanted to know. He wanted to prove their love for him. God was quiet. And Nebuchadnezzar said, this is your life. And this is the golden image. If you worship the golden image, you live. If you don't worship the golden image, today will be your end. And Nebuchadnezzar said, oh yeah, take a second chance. And when he asked them to take a second chance, they had the option of him allowing them to think. The three Hebrew children said, we don't have anything to think about. Do I have a worshiper in this place? The three Hebrew children said, there's nothing to think about. They turned around and said, Nebuchadnezzar, we are not careful to answer you in this matter. Wow! God is the man you are looking at. I'm the one carrying the prophetic mandate of the God of Talknado. Yes, sir. This generation is not helping me to help them. I will tell you what I mean. You are such a young man that know what you want out of life. Yes, sir. The truth of the matter is that your case was a critical one. It was critical, it was dangerous. I was looking for a foothold. But you cannot call me a father and I will not call you a son. Yes, sir. When you call me a father, I will call you son. Yes, sir. When you collapsed, I was watching. When life almost left you, I was watching. But listen to this point. When you call me your own, that's when I call you my own. When everything was going on, I was looking for a foothold. I was looking for where to stand so that I can do what I ought to do. It was critical, it was bad. A lot of things were already settled and ironed out in the spirit already. And I tell you what it is. There is nothing on earth apart from your faith in the God that I serve that would have saved you. Because it was concluded already. Only you yourself can tell how you feel the ones you observe.
Yes, sir.
Before you get out of yourself, because your breath is being seized.
Yes, sir.
There is nothing any doctor will do to tell you exactly what was wrong.
Exactly, sir.
None of them can tell. You're staying at the hospital and spending money was wasting money. Son, you came to me. You told me your story. I nodded my head. But you will agree with me that I didn't say a word.
Yes, sir.
I was looking for a foothold. I don't pray wasted prayer. Anybody can say anything, but the only thing you can say is that Talknado did not talk. I was looking for a foothold. At a time it touched my heart. When you repeated the second time, and you told me, you didn't sit down again. You told me on a close range that you are my son. That I shouldn't let you die. You left the office. You were leaving, I called you back. I said, oh yeah, call me by so time.
Exactly, sir.
And you called.
Yes, sir.
And I told you, son, I know where the problem is coming from. Listen to me.
Exactly, sir.
By what is planted in your compound, no son born of your mother was supposed to feed well. Your elder brother was the first person they saw first that came as a shining star. They quenched him to the last point.
You're right, sir. You're right, sir.
Made him one who is only shining on the outside but has nothing to show for life. But that young man was a star. No child born of your mother was meant to break the line. But long ago, immediately you discovered this commission, you aligned yourself. Even when you are far, you still align yourself.
Yes, sir.
You broke even. And you did what they said nobody in the family will do. And that is what is bringing about this issue. You didn't know, but some things are prophetic. You made a promise as a child that you will build a house for your mother.
Jesus.
You made a promise as a child that you will build a house for your mother. And now, when something entered your hand, you didn't build your own first. You built your mother's own to fulfill the promise you made. The way that house was built and the speed with which the house was built, what was planted in the land and the wickedness of the people came up. While they were talking about that, you started your own. Then the best thing they thought they would do is that they wouldn't let him be alive to enter his house. Every man hearing the sound of my voice, locate a place of power. I pity every man who is living in this world that is not aligning himself to the place of power. This young man should have been a story by now. Himself, at a time, knew that he was dying.
Exactly.
Everyone around him knew that he was dying.
Exactly.
The mother have cried. Everybody have cried. They thought he was gone. But this young man stuck to it. It got to a point, there was nothing I could do anymore. You called me on the phone on the date they said the thing will happen. And I told you something. I said, run to the church. Go and meet Pastor Chris. Give him something. And you gave it to Pastor Chris. And I said to Pastor Chris, keep it for me. Then what did I do? I removed you. And I took the place. From that day, you dropped that thing with Pastor Chris. I am not asking you, I am telling you. That bread that was seasoned can never cease again. Why? The only thing I could do was to remove you and then enter there. And now what am I going to do? I have heard it for this number of days. And here you are. Son, I can boldly tell you now that nothing is wrong with you anymore. You are not feeling that sign. No, I'm not praying. You are not feeling it anymore.
Yes, sir, exactly. I told my workers this morning.
You told your workers. Yes. You cannot feel it it is not possible because you are no more there. I have shifted you. Because it takes a seed to break a siege. Most times when I can't tell people such things, some things happen. But it became critical and I asked you, I said, son, if I tell you what to do, will you do it? You say yes. I said, oh, yeah, go and give it to Pastor Chris. I called you on the phone and said, somebody is coming. He will give you something. I didn't ask you to use it to do anything. What did I do? What I did was I removed him. From that day, this thing stopped. And that was the day he was going to die. From that day, I removed him. And I put myself there. And now that he has come, what am I going to do? I will kill that thing permanently.
Amen.
I will kill it permanently. Now listen to me. If you are a part of this commission, know where you belong. There's always a raining day. You didn't know that a time like this will come. This type of sickness, you don't know where it's coming from. Nobody has been able to tell you the name.
No definition,
it's a
sir.
sickness that doesn't have a name.
Yes, sir.
No matter the text you go, they can't tell you what it is. What came was death. When it comes, it will take life out of you. You will collapse. Your breath will leave you. But ask your mother what she saw the day you failed. Everybody saw that you were gone. But hear me. Hear me. We are not worshiping him in vain. From the day you got in here, I also wanted to know who you are. When you came and dropped it with Pastor Chris, you started calling me, I didn't answer.
Yes, sir.
Before you dropped it, you were calling me, I was answering.
Yes, sir.
When you dropped it, I wanted to know who you are. You called me, I didn't answer. One negative word or action from you would have spoiled everything. That is the way I am. But I was still watching you. I wanted to know who you are. Because where I will go is extra mile. I was going to go extra mile. I was going to share my life with your life. So before I get to that level, I will know who you are. Because I need to know that you are a true son. You called me, I didn't answer. You called again, I didn't answer. And you stopped. I watched you. And see what I enjoyed. The joy with which you dropped it and the way you were living. I was not here, but I was watching you. I'm the man carrying the prophetic mandate of the God of Talknado. I was watching you. And you left. I told Pastor Chris, I said, keep it. He kept it. Because some of it need to go to some places. And when I came, he brought it. And we sent them to where they belong to. And I told you, I have sent them to where they belong to. Now the coast is clear. And I said to you, go and rest, son. What am I doing now? Right now, I'm ending it permanently.
Amen.
But listen to me. I have done it for so many in this life. They turn back to say negative things. But be in the know today that somebody stood his ground. When there was no definition to what you're going through, there was no name to what is happening to you, somebody put his life on the line and used what God deposited in me as the carrier of the prophetic mandate of the God of Talknado. I'm not asking you, I'm telling you, right now you are perfect.
Yes, sir.
You can do anything you want to do now.
Yes, sir.
Not the same thing that used to happen if you walk for some time, then it comes. If it is that time, as you are standing now, you will start feeling one kind.
Yes, sir.
But not anymore.
I
put a permanent end to it right now.
Amen.
I put a permanent end to it right now.
Amen.
Right now.
Amen.
I break the cause from the root.
Amen.
It will never exist again.
Amen.
Somebody raise voice and shout the loudest amen.
Amen.
God bless you, sir. Oh God, the world we live in is controlled spiritually. You made some money. The land your father sold to another person, you went to pay back the money to redeem that land. After redeeming the land, your elder brother told you that he wants that land.
Yeah. It's true, sir.
And you said no. He said to you that he wants to collect that land and give you the one that is inside the bush.
Accuracy.
And you told him no.
No.
That this one, our father sold it. I went to redeem it.
Yes.
Leave it for me.
For me. It's true, sir.
And your elder brother said no. And you insisted that you will not leave.
Yes, sir.
Your elder brother said, okay, let us see. You thought there was nothing he could do because you were a contractor. You feel you have contracts going on. You feel there's nothing your brother can do. He went, pretended like all is well, went into his house, searched out, and picked your picture.
Jesus.
Took your picture to the house of a wicked native doctor.
Oh, Jesus.
And they pinned you up and pinned you down.
Jesus.
You can't go up. You can't succeed downwards. That is the reason the things you put on sale, nobody is buying.
Nobody, sir, nobody.
You took loan from the bank with your building. The same building with which you took the loan, you put out for sale. Bank say, we know you, or you go and sell. We are permitting you sell. Return our money. Nobody came to buy.
Yes, sir.
You put other properties for sale. Nobody came to buy. You went back to the same family you redeemed the land from and said, oh, yeah, you people give me that money I gave you. Collect the land. They say we have used it. There is nowhere you turn to that anything money was coming out.
Yes, sir.
Because you have been nailed. There is only one thing that can save you. The person who nailed you is your brother, who has his blood inside you. Because when you were sick in 1979 and you needed blood, they collected blood from him and gave you 1979. So his blood runs in you. There is only one thing that can be done. The only thing that can be done is to enter into the realm of the spirit by invocation and remove that your picture from there. If that picture is not removed from there, you can't get payment from anywhere. You can't make headway anywhere. Nothing can happen. But now, listen to the implication. Listen to the implication. People of God, hear the implication. The implication is this journey I'm about to embark on now is beyond ordinary prophecy, is beyond ordinary words. It is going deep into the realm of the spirit. That's where the Bible said that the deep searcheth for the deep, and only few men can get into this type of realm. Only few men. And now, number one is, where is he going to live from? Where is he going to land? Anywhere he lands is a matter. Anywhere he lives from is a matter. But now, see, hear this. I want in this hall, I want to set this young man free. I want that by this time next week, this young man would have been settled and he will receive payment that will blow up his mind.
Amen.
He will know that there is a God in this place.
Amen.
I want to go by the way of spiritual journey. I will enter Edo State now. I will get into the place of that native doctor. I will order your picture to leave from there. The same picture your brother presented there. It will land in my office now. Now hold on. 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 Abide. Somebody holla Talknado. Now hold on. Now hold on. But the case now is, if he lands on my table, we will need to remove the table. No man will touch that table or use it anymore. If he lands anywhere, that thing must be removed. I will want it to land on the seat, the small seat in front. When he lands there, I need somebody in this place who by tomorrow will replace the seat for me, because that seat will no longer be used. Not anymore. No man sits on it again after this is done. I want somebody who will replace that seat for me. You will replace it for me. God bless you. Okay. I don't know what the cost is, but you know the seat that is in front of after my table, the two single seats, that is the cheapest seat in my office. If we do the big one, it's going to be a problem. You will change the seat for me. The Lord bless you. Okay, all of you want to change the seat. This is interesting. Okay, what happened is that you will find out the cost. Normally, I will use one of it to do what I'm about to do now. But, you know, you need to change the two so that, because this one won't be a different color, this one will be a different color. You need to change the two. That's what I need. Then the rest of you, God will bless you for offering this. Or you sit down and say power. Now, back to tell you. I step into Edo States. Matatata yalala. I step into Edo States. I lift it now. Let one pastor come who will go to the office to bring it for me. Oh yeah, stand up. Come. You have the key to my office. Oh yeah. Your own is to open the door. Give me your hand. On top of that seat, the picture is there. Bring it for me.
give up the bomb. When the children go down, you can see what you get really far. You can see what you get really far. You can see what you get really far. Now you're not for one bando. I got you a part in the sea. Now you're not for one bando. I got you a part. Just say la Nike. Satan, I say back and go. I say back and go.
Where is this car now? You sold it. Is this you?
It's me.
Is this him?
It's me.
Thank you, brother.
Hey!
Tomorrow, you will start receiving payments. Payment upon payment. I removed it from the up. I remove it from the down. If the foundation be destroyed, what shall the righteous do? Take. Is your picture? I know why you are crying. After today, don't forget today.
I will not.
This week, you are receiving payments.
Amen.
Let me hear from you.
I will, sir.
God bless you. Mama, I want to visit your family now.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Who is she to you?
My mother, sir.
She's your mother.
Yes, sir.
I want to visit your family now.
Amen.
They don't want any of your child to amount to anything.
Oh.
Today, I want to say no.
Amen.
The young man holding your hand, God blessed him with a great talent, but they finished him.
Yes.
Young man, you are supposed to be a footballer.
Yes, sir.
They finished your career. Gave you injury. You don't know where the injury came from, but that injury ended your career. Mama, not only that, your daughter, they used a very big padlock. The size is like this. They used it to lock her womb for over 15 years now.
Yes.
She cannot conceive, she cannot bear children.
Yes.
And I looked around. The church of God said I should do ministry.
Amen.
And I looked around and I hear Angela.
Yes, sir.
Is that her name? That's her name, sir. Now I want to remove the padlock.
Amen.
Somebody holla Talknado. Come here, woman. Go to the crowd and call your husband. Somebody holla Talknado. If you holla, I will do ministry. If you holla, I will do ministry. Today, I step into your family matter by prophecy.
Amen.
I release your children.
Amen.
Dig spiritual padlock, locking up the womb of Angela. I unlock you.
Amen.
I remove you.
Amen.
I set all of you free now.
Amen.
This family is free from this moment.
Amen.
There is nothing the attack of the enemy can do to you anymore.
Amen.
This case is hereby settled. 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 Can you remove your shoes? Remove your shoes very quickly. Somebody give me water. Any kind of water. Any kind of water. Any kind of water. Thank you, sir. Young man, they poured something on the footmat. You didn't see it, you stepped into it. And that thing was like stepping into trouble that will trouble your life. But they didn't know that after stepping into that thing last night, that this morning you will be with Talknado. You stepped into it. You entered very well. Your legs entered very well. Stand up. Come and step on this one. Step in very well, very well. They will wait for you when your leg will swell. It will not happen. They will wait for you when they will be carrying you from place to place. And then you people will pack out of the house and start crying. But it will not happen. Come and cover this water for me. Cover the water. Take. When you get home, after this service, as soon as you get home, pour it the same place. The same place you mashed. Pour it there. And then drink the rest of it. Go to your work. Don't ask anybody who poured this thing. Watch. Go.
Ikwesịrị ike too gị, ikwesịrị Chineke moo, ikwesịrị Chineke moo, ikwesịrị Chineke moo, onye ọma.
There's a spirit that used to visit you. I want to order the spirit to leave you now. Nemkulia. All the spirit in Asia be visit here. So watch on Kambara and Basiapoa. I'm the one carrying the prophetic mandate of the God of Talknado. Matapayakate yabala. God punish the devil who told you that the wicked can stop a thing in your life. Can I get to your village very quickly? When you talk of oracles, please don't make mistake. Mata dagazantaya. Elugam braba yuketete yalada. A spirit of the dead that is hovering in your family now, which they are saying because they didn't do the burial, that you people should come and do the burial, that is the reason the spirit is disturbing everybody in the compound. And now a meeting has been fixed to go and bury that one. Call me Talknado.
Talknado.
That spirit of the dead will never talk in your family again.
Amen.
Burial memegi. Talknado siyaga zurike.
Iye masirege kiname, ebo chukwu na wege tupa. Ebo chukwu na wege tupa. Chukwu na wege tupa.
to cover you with shame. Now nwanyi lụrụ ga na-achị ọchị gị nwa na-akwa akwa. Talknado chọrọ isi mba. Nkwuo mba. Oh yeah, give him gap. Give him gap. Say, oh Lord.
Oh Lord.
Please.
Please.
Favor me.
Favor me.
I want to pray for you now. The number one prayer I want to pray for you is that God will put you in a position where you will get something that will gladden your heart.
Amen.
Sir, as I look at you like this, I'm seeing you in two ways. I'm seeing you like this, but I'm seeing another you standing like this. But the you that I'm seeing here, what business do you have with Benue State? Do you know Benue State?
Yes, sir.
Do you have anything with Benue State?
Yes, sir.
What do you have with Benue State?
I'm from Benue State.
You are from Benue State?
Yes, sir.
I'm seeing you like this, but I'm seeing another you with your legs in something that looks like mud. And in the realm of the spirit, anytime somebody is inside mud, it represents shame. I want to bring you out from there.
Amen.
Can I bring you out, sir?
Yes, sir.
I want to bring you out from there. I see your legs inside it, and it's muddy, very muddy, and it has stained your legs. And I hear the Lord say to me, this man needs help and needs favor.
Amen.
But the difference is that the you I'm seeing now here and the you that I'm seeing this way looks very different. The one that I'm seeing here now is wearing uniform with a big rank that doesn't look like it's you. And the rank this one is wearing is Deputy Superintendent of Police. Are you a Deputy Superintendent of Police?
I am, sir.
And I hear the Lord say to me, remove his legs from this mud so that shame will not cover him. Sir, he is God, he is not man. If he say you are stepping inside the mud, there is shame. And if he brings you out from there, there will be rejoicing in your heart.
Amen.
And there will be rejoicing in your life.
Amen.
Therefore now, I do what he asks of me. I remove you from the mud.
Amen.
I don't know how, but he will pull you out from the mud.
Amen.
He will place your feet upon dry ground.
Amen.
You will see favor and mercy again.
Amen.
That pain coming from Benue, I end it permanently.
Amen.
It will not come again.
Amen.
Congratulations.
Thank you, sir.
God bless you.
Thank you.
Young man, do you believe that Talknado is more than any native doctor?
Yes, sir. I believe, sir.
Speak to me.
I believe, sir.
This opportunity may not come again.
I
Speak
believe,
to
sir.
me
I
now.
believe, sir. Daddy, I believe, sir.
From your heart.
Exactly, sir.
A native doctor from the same compound where your father came from did not hide it. Looked at your father and cursed all his children.
Exactly, sir.
A native doctor from the same compound, not somebody from far, looked at your father and said none of his child will amount to anything. Cost
Exactly,
the next generation.
I had it, sir.
You had.
I had it.
And all of you, nobody is succeeding. Nobody is making headway. At a time, your father wanted to challenge it. He wanted to behave like a man. He died a shameful death.
Exactly, sir.
Now, you, his children, you people are struggling under it.
It has not been
Your mother decided on her own to see whether she can find solution. She stepped out. They labeled her a bad woman.
Exactly, sir.
And they called her a witch. And they called her an evil woman. And right now, the news in the village is that your mother is an evil woman.
Exactly, sir.
I cannot fight for her completely because she actually stepped somewhere. But the truth of the matter is that she didn't step there to do evil. She stepped there for you people. Today, even her own children are against her. And those were the children for which she stepped in there. Everybody is against her. And now her condition is critical.
Very, very.
She is not the problem. The problem is your generation. The cause says that none of you in that generation will amount to anything.
And you break it, sir.
Between today and Thursday, I want to see you and your husband here on Thursday. Why your husband na Talknado say, "Owuru na mado bi eriri a gekebu mmadu. Ya bia kam do bie ya." I'm the man carrying the prophetic mandate of the God of Talknado. My challenge is the next generation. And I want to liberate the next generation right now.
Please, just do it.
The difference between me and him is that he had to gather bunch of alligator pepper. He gathered 7 of it, used it to do what he did, and spread it in the compound, and spread some along the street. I will not gather alligator pepper. He sent forth his word. His word healed them and delivered them from destruction.
Amen.
One word I live with you now. Upon this altar, I break that curse permanently.
Amen.
Who is he that say a thing and they come to pass?
Nobody, sir.
When the Lord has not spoken, who is that man to say a thing and it will come to pass? Today, I seize it.
Amen.
I cancel that statement.
Amen.
I say to your generation, you people will be like a blessed garden.
Amen.
You will bear fruit in season and out of season.
Amen.
It is my word against his word.
Amen.
Let us wait from now till the end of the year. You will know the man before whom you stand.
Amen.
Go and sit down.